Live from KHOU 11, your news starts now.
Now at 5:30, caught on camera. A man crashes into a neighbor's truck and homeowners make a shocking discovery. Plus, one person is dead and several others hurt after a shooting near a Houston nightclub. Why police are asking for your help with this one.
Drying out now. We got a couple of warm days before a cold front makes things much cooler going into Halloween.
Thanks for being with us this afternoon. I'm Cheryl Mercedes. Surveillance video captured the moment a truck crashed into a parked vehicle. Neighbors came outside to see what happened, only to find the driver had been shot and did not survive. This happened on Briar Trace Drive. Michelle Choi shows us how neighbors are still shaken nearly 24 hours later.
Around 9 o'clock Saturday night, neighbors on Briar Terrace Drive were startled by a loud crash.
Big loud noise. Huge, yeah.
Surveillance video from across the street shows the moment the driver of a maroon truck slams into a pickup parked in a driveway.
This is it right here. Hitting our vehicle as he's coming up the driveway.
That's homeowner Erica Rivera. She says the impact shifted her family's blue truck several feet. Their own security cameras also capture the crash, but KHOU 11 isn't showing it out of respect for the victim's family and the sensitive nature of what followed. Erica and her husband say at first they thought the driver was having a medical emergency.
We didn't even realize that there was gunshots on the glass until we got really kind of close to it. We looked and my husband's like, he's been shot.
Houston police are now trying to figure out what led up to the shooting, where it happened, and why the victim ended up here. Erica says investigators told her the victim was just 18 years old, the same age as her own son.
It's just hard to see somebody pass that young. The city's getting crazy.
She's lived here for 30 years. Hearing gunfire in the distance isn't new, but she says this is the first time it's landed on her doorstep.
You hear it more constantly now, and it's difficult when it lands at your home.
One neighbor who asked we not show her face told us her mailbox and flower bed were destroyed when the truck crashed.
How scary is that to know that somebody who'd been shot multiple times, ended up crashing into your neighborhood?
Oh my God. I cannot believe it though. It's very scary, yeah.
Another neighbor, alarmed by the crash and the circumstances, says he wants to see more done to keep the area safe.
What do you think needs to happen in order to keep your neighborhood safe?
Police presence, yes. Yes, please.
In West Houston, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
Tonight, Houston police are asking for help getting to the bottom of a shooting that left several people hurt and one person dead. Officers say after 5 o'clock this morning, 2 people showed up to the hospital with gunshot wounds. They told investigators they had been shot at a nightclub on Rampart, but when officers got there, nothing seemed out of place. About an hour later, another call came in, this time from a different nightclub on Ashcroft Drive. There, they found more victims, including one man who died.
The other call, the officers came, they immediately saw one in the doorway. One was deceased and another one with a very life-threatening injury. So there's a lot of confusion of where the shooting actually occurred. It could have happened here. It could have happened somewhere else. It may be related. It may not. Right now, we just have a lot of missing pieces to this incident.
Police say that person in critical condition was taken to the hospital, and so far no arrests have been made. Investigators are asking anyone with any information to call HPD or Crime Stoppers. Over to the weather now. Heavy downpours swept through the Houston area last night, making for slick and messy driving conditions. On the Beltway, an 18-wheeler toppled over. That's according to Precinct 4 Constable Mark Herman. Chief Meteorologist David Paul joins us this afternoon. David, now that the rain is cleared out, you are keeping an eye on the tropics. What's the latest on Hurricane Melissa?
Melissa has now become a major Cat 4 hurricane sitting right here in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. Melissa is expected to go Cat 5 before making a direct hit on Jamaica early in the work week. I think on Tuesday it'll make landfall, but there it is. What a buzzsaw of a storm. 145-mile-an-hour sustained winds, gusts above 170, moving west at 5, so it's barely moving, just drifting to the west very slowly, almost stationary. Pressure way down to 941 millibars on Melissa. There's the forecast. It becomes a Cat 5 tomorrow, and then on Tuesday makes a turn and hits Jamaica as a Cat 5. So Jamaica is bracing for a devastating blow from a powerful hurricane, as bad as it gets for Jamaica. So we're watching that, and really the world is ready to come in and help Jamaica after the hit and after it zips on off to the north and east, which it will do, grazing the Bahamas as a Cat 2 and then a Cat 1 as it clears Bermuda as we head toward the end of the coming work week. Otherwise, tropics are quiet, nothing threatening the Gulf. We just watch that one from a safe distance. They're also going to get devastating amounts of rain. Rainfall estimates looking at 10 to 12 inches. There'll be spots in Jamaica that get up to 30 inches of rain. And then western Cuba faces 10 to 15 inches of rain. Could see mudslides in some of the higher elevations on the island of Hispaniola, especially Haiti and the Dominican Republic there as we head through the next couple of days. Now, future track. Take a look at how this moves. There's the storm today. It sits there Monday. Tuesday, it makes a move and hits Jamaica, Kingston on the right-hand side of the island there. There's Cuba. Now watch as this lifts to the north. Why is it lifting to the north at all? Well, it's because of this cold front coming in. This is the front that'll come through Houston Tuesday evening that is going to lift everything out ahead of it up to the east. So this time of year we get the fronts coming in and it literally blocks these developing storms off to the east. So that's how the front's going to play into the forecast track of Melissa. On the backside, this is what's going to give us the cooler weather for the middle of the end of the week and make for such a delightful Halloween evening here. This is your Halloween forecast for Friday. 72 the high temp in the afternoon, which means we spend most of the day in the 60s on Friday, and then we'll dip down to the 60s and 50s for trick-or-treating on Halloween night. Friday night's going to be a beauty. No rain, light northeast breeze. That is as good a Halloween forecast as Houston ever gets. We either sweat or we freeze. This year, right in the middle. Okay, looking back the last 48 hours, rain totals were significant and widespread across the entire area. Columbus, near you, I measured a better than a half-inch of rain. You had some spots in Colorado County that did get an inch or more. Houston, 3.8 inches of rain. This is both rounds, the Saturday early morning and the Saturday late night. Huntsville 3.3, Liberty better than 2, Galveston almost 3 inches of rain, Austin 2.7. So this was very beneficial to the dry conditions that we've had for the past almost 2 months. Outside right now, all cleared out, beautiful blue sky. It's 81 at Bush, Hobby's 85, Pearland's 82, Sugarland 84. We will end up with a delightful, comfortable evening and morning lows when you get up on Monday morning. Montrose 66, 3rd Ward 66, Sunnyside 66, Inwood Forest at 65. So a comfortable morning. No, we're not going to have that. We'll have nice weather in the morning, just cool and comfortable. Jersey Village 66, Pasadena 66, and then the high temp goes up to 84. So it does warm up tomorrow. We don't get that front yet. We've got a couple more days to wait before it gets in here. And we look at the next 3 days. Monday, 84. Tuesday, there's that rain chance at 40%. That'll be the front coming in. And then Wednesday, high temp, only 72, which again means we're going to spend most of the day in the 60s on Wednesday, and that is going to be a huge change from what we've gotten used to. High today did go to 81. That came at 259. Normal's 80. Record high at 92. Set back in 2010. Record low 39 and 1892. If you're sneezing, ragweed is still high. Grass is moderate. Mold spore count is moderate as well. Here's Monday, 65 in the morning, comfortably cool, beautiful warm afternoon. High temp goes up to 84. The extended forecast Tuesday, 40% rain chance as that cold front comes in. And again, this is the first real cold front that we've had. All the other ones have just kind of lowered humidity. This one will not only make it noticeably cooler Wednesday, but it's going to be breezy on Wednesday as well. Wednesday is just going to be off the chart beautiful. High 72, Thursday high of 70, Friday Halloween high of 72. We start to warm back up toward 80 by the end of the coming weekend. All right, so after all that rain, which was incredibly beneficial, Cheryl, things dry out and we look great for Halloween. Back to you.
All right, glad to hear it. Thank you, David. Tomorrow, the Liberty County District Attorney's Office will hold a press conference about a case involving a mother accused of trying to drown her 3 children last month. Deputies arrested Jessica Quintana Friday after she was released from the hospital. She's charged with 2 counts of injury to a child and 1 count of assault. The children are in CPS custody. Their father is facing unrelated charges of animal cruelty after investigators say they found pets on the property in unhealthy conditions. Quintana is being held on a $3 million bond. We're over a week away from the November 4th elections, but you don't have to wait to make your voice heard. Early voting runs through this Friday. There is a lot on the ballot, including 17 new state constitutional amendments, which includes allowing judges to deny bail to certain defendants and increasing property tax breaks for homeowners. Another big race is the special election for Congressional District 18 to replace the late Congressman Sylvester Turner. The debate over redistricting in Texas has caused some confusion there, but Harris County Clerk Tanisha Hudspeth is setting the record straight.
This election, the maps have not changed. They remain the same. If there is a runoff, the maps will also stay the same, but the changes to those maps will not be until 2026 for Congressional District 18.
The 70 voting locations in Harris County are open from 7 to 7 every day. And this election season, Metro is once again offering free round-trip rides to and from polls during early voting and on Election Day. Now that includes bus, rail, curb-to-curb, and Metro Lift services. You'll just need to show your driver's license or your voter ID or other approved documentation. We have everything you need to know online. Just text the word VOTE to 713-526-1111 and we'll send a link straight to your phone with that information. Well, we're now in day 26 of the government shutdown, making it the second largest in modern U.S. history. Senators are set to reconvene tomorrow in Washington, and they are hoping to break the deadlock as they prepare for a 13th vote on a GOP-backed funding bill. The stalemate over health care subsidies continues to divide lawmakers while the impacts grow. Federal workers are feeling the strain. Food benefits like SNAP and WIC are at risk, and the shutdown is causing big problems in the skies. Jen Sullivan takes a closer look at the flight delays and the workers who are caught in the middle.
Thousands of flights have been delayed this weekend as airports across the country deal with staffing shortages.
There's going to be a lot less people coming in as people are going to be running out of money.
Oksana Kelly is a TSA agent in Orlando. Right now, she's not getting paid because of the government shutdown. Yet she still has to show up to work because TSA agents and air traffic controllers are considered essential employees. But many are having to call out sick because they say they simply can't afford to pay for things like gas or childcare costs.
If I have nowhere to leave my kids, how am I going to come to work?
According to flight tracker site FlightAware, more than 5,000 flights were delayed Saturday. More than 500 were canceled. Many of those delays are being blamed on staffing shortages.
We've gone up as high as 53% of the delays have been because of staffing shortages. And that number moves every single day.
It's frustrating some passengers.
I'm flying today on sheer faith.
They probably just need to come to an agreement and reopen the government.
Since the shutdown began October 1st, more than 250 FAA facilities have reported staffing problems. That's more than 4 times the number reported during the same period last year. The longer the shutdown lasts, the more financial pressure it puts on these workers.
That leads to an unnecessary distraction, and they cannot be 100% focused on their jobs, which makes this system less safe every day that this shutdown continues.
Travelers are being warned to expect longer security lines and to monitor their flights for any changes. All of this with less than a month to go before the busy holiday travel season. Jen Sullivan, KHOU 11 News.
One of the big issues we've been covering during the shutdown is the possibility that SNAP and WIC benefits may not be funded in November. If you or someone you know needs food assistance, there are resources available here in the Houston area. The Houston Food Bank provides access to food pantries, mobile distributions, and emergency food kits. You can also call 211 Texas, a free confidential helpline available 24/7 that connects people with food, housing, utilities, and other critical services. Military families can reach out to the Military Family Advisory Network, and West Houston Assistance Ministry serves residents with pantry items, drive-through distributions, and food fairs. As the government shutdown drags on, President Trump is in Asia for a week-long diplomatic trip across Malaysia, Japan, and South Korea. Today, he attended the Asian Summit, where leaders from Cambodia and Thailand signed an expanded ceasefire agreement. The U.S. and Malaysia also finalized trade deals focused on critical minerals and infrastructure investment. Later this week, Trump is expected to meet with the Chinese president to continue negotiations on tariffs and trade issues between the two nations. Developing this evening, one person is dead and 6 others are hurt after a shooting at a historically black university in Pennsylvania. Investigators say it happened last night during homecoming festivities at Lincoln University, about 50 miles west of Philadelphia. 7 people were shot near the football field. The district attorney says one person who was found with a gun is in custody. The campus was put on lockdown. Students who were there say the celebration turned chaotic in just seconds.
At first, everybody was running. We didn't know why everybody was running, but then we started to see a huge, crowd. Everybody started running. So, me, I started to run too because, I don't want to get hit by any gunshots or anything.
Investigators tonight are still trying to figure out how this all started. Turning now to some of today's other top stories. French police have arrested 2 suspects in connection to the brazen heist of France's crown jewels from the Louvre. According to the Paris prosecutor, one of the men was detained as he was preparing to board a flight to Algeria. At least 2 other individuals suspected of being involved remain at large. In the daring 7-minute robbery, thieves made off with items valued at more than $100 million. Tonight, the sports world is heartbroken over the loss of a former NFL star. Nick Mangold, a longtime center for the New York Jets, has passed away at just 41 years old. The Jets say he died from complications related to kidney disease, something he had been fighting for nearly 19 years. Mangold was receiving dialysis treatment. The test to become a U.S. citizen is now tougher. Under changes announced Monday by President Donald Trump, applicants must now answer 12 out of the 20 questions correctly to pass. That's double the amount previously required. The Department of Homeland Security says the change is meant to help immigrants better assimilate and strengthen their connection to U.S. laws and principles. The new rules apply immediately to anyone who filed for naturalization on or after October 20th. Well, it's pumpkin season, and today is National Pumpkin Day. From jack-o'-lanterns to pumpkin rides, people are getting creative. In Milwaukee, penguins got their own pumpkin carved treat, and in Belgium, giant pumpkins are making a splash. Yeah, literally. People are paddling them across ponds in relay races and other water games as part of the annual celebration. Okay, Dave, we know we got Halloween around the corner. It's not going to be hot and it's not going to be freezing. It's going to be just perfect. So just your costume is all you need, really, right?
Yeah, it's going to be nice. We're not going to sweat. We're not going to freeze.
No parkas.
It's going to be good. Kids are going to be running around. Hey, be extra careful Friday evening. All the kiddos running around trick-or-treating, knocking on your door. It's 49.72 on Friday. So this is the deal. We got a warm day tomorrow. We got a warm day Tuesday. But that front comes in Tuesday, so you have drawn it in there. And then that brings in the first actual cold front of the year, which will drop lows into the 50s and 40s. It'll be if it's a north breeze as well on Wednesday. The middle and end of this coming week is going to be as good as it gets for Halloween and October.
Wow, it's lining up to be a great week, Dave.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Thank you for joining us for this digital newscast at 5:30. We'll have much more for you coming up a little later tonight at 10:30. See you then.